On my mirror, start to blush when somebody says your name. In my stomach there's a pain. You walk in my direction, I go the other way.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Kaylin and we are back with another video. This video, as you can see, we are nice and cozy. It's going to be a little sit down video. This is actually a video that I watched Bryn do. It's about the reader tag. I just thought it would be fun to do this tag because y'all know I just announced I am currently 31 weeks pregnant and the reading has been very slow. Okay, I've been trying to read, but it's either been slow or I haven't been able to film it because I'm literally just in the bed laying down reading or listening to an audiobook, so it hasn't really been like the greatest content to put out there. Your girl's tired. Okay, this third trimester fatigue is a lot, but I haven't been reading as much, like as quickly as I used to, so I was like, let me do a little sit down video so then we can still pop in and chat and see each other. I want to let everyone know to follow me on Instagram. This is my Instagram, The Joy of Reading, and I try to be like, as you know, I try to be active on there. I pretty much am for the most part. Like, everyone knows what I'm currently reading, current reactions to what I'm reading. So if I'm not able to make a video, like, I'm at least giving content on there, and I'm starting to try to put some more posts out as well. So if you want to stay up to date, especially if I'm not having a lot of videos out, go follow me on Instagram and then we can also chat it up as well. But today we're going to be doing the about the reader tag. So I'm just pulling up the questions. It's just a couple questions. Before we get started, just want to let you guys know, y'all know, I think if you've been here, in March I started reading this book and I picked it back up. So I found out that I was pregnant in March and then I thought it was like a reading slump, but really I was just pregnant and tired and the first trimester hit and I wasn't able to read. So I was like kind of throwing shade at this book, like it put me in a book slump, but no, it was just me being pregnant and tired. So I picked this book back up and I am almost done it. I think I'm about 70% done. I am on page 444, chapter 46. So I'm hoping to finish this book up shortly. So you might see the ending of me finishing it and my final thoughts and my fall reading vlog that is going to be in the next week or 2 weeks. So just stay tuned for that. But that's what I'm currently reading. So first question is, how do I choose my next book? If y'all have been here, y'all know I am the biggest mood reader, and I think pregnancy has made it even worse because I'll pick something up and then be like, yeah, no, I'm not reading this. Like, I do TBRs, but now I'm like calling them hopefuls because I realize I don't read all the books that I put on my TBR. I just don't, because by the time I get to them, my mood might have completely changed. Like right now, I'm in a real big fantasy mood. I don't know how long that's gonna last, so I just go off of my mood and what I really want to read. But I will say lately it has been like what I've been seeing other people read, and then if it catches my eye or like what the book's about, if it sounds interesting, because everyone was raving for Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez a couple months back, and I did not have that book on my TBR. I didn't even have the book, but because I kept seeing it, I read the description and then I was like, oh, that sounds like something I would want to read, and I bought that and read that. So it's like my mood is I don't know how I choose my next book. It chooses me. Okay, it comes and finds me. But Abby Jimenez, like, I need to try to do what Shaughnessy said. She said she reads a lot of books at the same time so that she doesn't get like sick of it, because I know like if you read like a whole bunch of fantasy, like that can put you in a slump. So trying to like broaden my genres and reading maybe a thriller and a romance at the same time might help me like keep going so I never get tired of a certain book. But right now I would say the things that I see like other people reading, and then just books that I've been wanting to read on my TBR. That's how I pretty much choose what I want to read. Hopefully that answered it. So the next question is buy or borrow. Mostly I buy. I don't think I've borrowed a book from the library since I was younger. I do have a library card and I do use the audiobooks, and I use like Libby and Hoopla to get books from the library, so I guess I kind of borrow too. I just don't do it as often. I don't have like a preference either way or not. I do need to start borrowing more so I can stop spending money, but I just like the look of having all the books in my room, and I ordered another bookshelf, so be prepared for a reading room makeover / tour video coming soon, because I ordered another bookshelf that I did not need, but I keep buying books, so they have to have somewhere to go. So I would say my preference is obviously buy, even though I need to stop and I need to borrow more, but I don't think you can go wrong with either. So do I read books one at a time or juggling? For the most part, I mean, honestly, I do read more than one book at one time, because I read a lot of my Christian books and like psychology reads. I have those that I read daily, and then I have my fiction books. So technically I am always reading more than one book at one time. I'm just not like consuming them very fast. Usually I have like one or two of the other books that I read in the month, and then how many ever fiction I read. But when it comes to like my fiction books and stuff, I read those pretty much one at a time. I think it would be too much, especially with fantasies. I'm starting to realize like some of the worlds I get confused if I space it out. Like Iron Flame, I kind of was like thinking of Powerless when I was reading, because I just read Powerless and I just hopped right back into Iron Flame. So I try to just read those one at a time, and then I have other books that are just life application books that I read at the same time. So I guess a little bit of both. DNF a bad book or keep going? I am all for the DNF, okay? I am all for the DNF. It's hard when you buy the book, because then it's like, well, I wasted money on it. But I only DNF'd, I think, one book, and I forget what it was called, but I think it was by like, let me see. Okay, yes. I DNF'd Court of the Vampire Queen by Katie Robert. It was like, I guess it's supposed to be like a really smutty book, and it has vampires in it, and it was just too much for me. Like, it was too much. I was like, absolutely not. I told my husband, I said, I don't know what on earth I just bought, but it needs to go back. I gave it away immediately, because it was just like, that is too much for me. Honestly, now I really don't care for smut at all in my books. I really don't. I want everything else. Like, it's fine if it's like a little sprinkle here and there, but I just felt like this was too much, and it was weird with like the vampire aspect of it. It was too much. So that is the one book I did DNF. But I am all for, like, if a book is not hidden, it's not giving you what it's supposed to give, it's got to go. So I'm all for DNF. It doesn't really matter. I'm not gonna waste my time reading hundreds and hundreds of pages for no reason. Like, this is supposed to be fun, not painful. Like, that's what you would have to do in school when you had like summer books and summer reading. You'd have to read the book because you'd be tested on it. This is for fun. I will not be wasting my time. Yeah, so no. I do give it a little bit. That book, I just knew, no, it wasn't gonna work for me. But I think people say like 100 to 150 pages you should at least give the book, especially some books like fantasies and stuff with all the world building, because I can say the first book of ACOTAR was painful, but it was just a lot of building, and I just didn't know where we're going. But if I would have DNF'd it, I would have missed out on the beauty of what that series is. So you have to know if it's something that you don't want to tolerate or you don't like in books, all for you DNFing. But if it's just like you're not understanding, you're confused, and it's a fantasy or a mystery even, kind of, just give it a little bit of time. Physical, audio, or ebooks? So I read them all. I don't have like a super duper preference. I do have a Kindle. I do obviously buy my books, and I listen to books as well. I think that I prefer to listen to fantasies or like memoirs that are in the person's voice. I think that I like doing that. But obviously if I had to rank it, I would do a physical book, ebook, and then audiobooks, because I really don't listen to audiobooks as much, but I need to, and I probably will start, especially when this baby comes, because how am I gonna have enough hands? I'm gonna have a baby and a 2-year-old. I'm not gonna have hands. That's why honestly the ebooks come in handy, because I could just have my Kindle and I can have that and not have to worry about like pages and stuff with my daughter, because she likes to take my books and flip the pages and write on everything. So it's easier to maneuver a Kindle with a toddler than it is a physical book. I pretty much read my physical books alone, or in my bed, or in my room, my reading room. But yeah, if I had to rank it, I would do physical, because I just feel the beauty of the books are just like, it's a vibe, okay? It's a vibe. And then ebooks, obviously, because the Kindle, I feel like I read faster on the Kindle too, and you could just bring it everywhere. It fits in every bag. You don't even have to put it in the bag, but you can bring it everywhere. And then at night, the Kindle is my preference, because in bed it's not hard to use. I could put the brightness down. Like, it's just, an ebook hits different for certain situations. And then an audiobook, I do tend to listen to the audiobooks when I'm doing my hair, like if I'm braiding my hair, or like I said, the memoirs. But if I'm braiding my hair, oh, best believe an audiobook is on, because that's like 8 hours and I can get a book done. So next question, read the classics or not? I can't say that I've actually read a classic since I've gotten back into reading as an adult. I've only read them like for school when I was younger, but I do have some. Like I don't know, is that like considered? I know The Great Gatsby is considered a classic. I have that I want to read. Maybe that could be like a video, because honestly I haven't read any of those in my adult reading journey. But what I think are classics that I have are The Great Gatsby, Lord of the Flies, and then The Giver are the ones that I can see off bat that I actually got from my parents' house that I've had when I was younger. So The Great Gatsby, that would be one to read. I just haven't like thought to pick it up. Usually I do like romance and mystery, thriller, fantasy, but I do want to get into the classics, at least maybe one, you know, for now. We'll see. I don't know if it's something that I would do every month. I'm not opposed. Bookmarks or dog ears? Bookmarks all the way. Bookmarks all the way. I use little tabs. I use actual bookmarks. I need to actually, I would love to order some bookmarks off Etsy, like the little cute ones, especially ones for like fantasy reads. I would like to order, but I'm trying not to spend money. But I'm definitely a bookmarks girl. Don't bend my books. We're not doing any of that. They need to remain crisp. When I buy them from the store, I make sure that it is crisp, and I can't even have one little tear, one little bend. I need it to be pristine condition. So definitely bookmarks. And then the last question is, allow people to borrow your books. Honestly, I think I would let people have a book that I'm not probably gonna read again, or I'm done with, like I don't need and I don't like want to keep it. But I honestly don't think I will let people borrow my book. I think I'll buy you the book before I give you mine, because I want it back. I don't want you bending it. I don't want you writing in it, highlighting. Like I don't want, if it's a book that I would want back, I'm probably not gonna let you borrow it. Is that mean? But no, because they cost too much, and it's like some people dog books, y'all. Like some people really be out here treating their books all kinds of way, and it depends. If I trust the person and they have like a lot of books too, maybe, because I've borrowed books from people and I've made sure it is returned in the same condition it was given to me. So I guess if I want people to let me borrow their books, I should be a little nicer and let people borrow mine. But it just would depend on the person. But I think I would lean more towards no. I'll buy the book for you. I'll buy it for you, and then you can have your own. All right, y'all, that's enough of me, but I hope that you enjoyed this video. That was fun. That was, you know, a little bit more about me. I don't have too many videos on here because I've been asleep half the year and just trying to survive out here and make a nice home for this baby that's on her way. So hopefully there are more and more videos to come in the future, but for now I just wanted to put out something so y'all can we can vibe, because I be watching y'all on Instagram and YouTube and I'd be like, oh, it's hard out here. Just pray for me. I'm in the home stretch. Pray for me, all right? But I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.